My life has changed dramatically since I've been in Arsh. I've not felt lonely, I've not felt unhappy, and I'm happy here. I'm really happy here. I went to college for about 7 years, where I was at the time in Glacebury when my dad took over the farm.
This is the house that you grew up. Where was your bedroom?
My bedroom was just there.
Which one? That top right window? Okay.
We always knew Paul had a lot of farming experience in the past. He used to talk a lot about his days on the farm and how he used to get up early and do the things that you do on the farm. I don't know, and it's sort of really inspiring, you know, how he used to drive a tractor, and we, you know, you drove a tractor. So.
This is the old milking shed.
The milking shed. So what time did you get up in the morning to help?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, 6 o'clock every morning, and then 9 o'clock I would just go down the road on my push bike and go and work on the farm, on the deep beef farm, and then I would come back around 5, 8 o'clock and I would clean the cows out and put in the muck heap and strip the yard and what else to and feed all the animals, and then I would just go to the house
and is this where you drove the tractors as well? You were driving tractors around the yard, is it?
Okay. And I was doing muck spreading and chain harrowing and what else. Because my dad couldn't do that because of his eyesight.
So that's your family home. This is where you grew up.
That ended when my dad lost his eyesight. Then I moved into my own flat where I was independent. This is basically my flat.
So this is where you moved from farm?
Yeah. When I was in my flat I felt very lonely, and I used to stay in as much as I could, and then afterwards I was stuck in my flat and I didn't know what to do, so I started going to the pub a bit more and trying to make some friends, and then I got a bit upset and anxious. I didn't know which way to turn. I didn't know whether they were my real friends or whether they were my friends or whether they just taking me for a ride, and they were taking me for drinks where they were going to spend all my money before they spend theirs on drink. Started selling me stuff that they didn't need, and then they were not sure if they were my friends, and we had a falling out, and it'd been quite difficult.
So like not seeing anyone for the whole day sometimes?
No, not seeing anyone for the whole day or
even longer.
I was starting to be a little bit unwell. I was getting poorly and I was looking rough, and and they were getting quite concerned and worried about me. I went to Brunel's Hospital then, and then I was there for 2 months. This is basically where I was, in Brunel's. I was poorly, I was here, and my family came to see me every time, to make sure I was okay and all that. My sister came.
Who was it that told you about glastering first?
My sister. And then eventually I came to the Large House. Maris first came to the hospital to meet me, and then I stayed here for a week where Maris was so kind. He was showing me all the way. He showed me which room I would be staying in, and then we just did stuff together. Like we went out one evening for a nice meal.
And the whole kind of house at that point was gathered around the table, and we were having lunch, and so everyone was kind of excited about, you know, who is this book. Not everyone met Paul by then, and it was very obvious quite quickly that this is not what Paul is used to. So it took us a little while to sort of get comfortable with each other, but then very quickly Paul kind of just grew into it, and it became quite a sort of natural company very quickly. You don't have to be perfect. I think that's what he found in a way, that that he just felt accepted.
So there's a lot of friends I've got in here in Arsh and in the National Speaking Council. A lot of friends there which know me. Or if they want me to come round, I can come round and help them. I think they quite like me being here, and I'm happy here. I'm really happy here.
I think there's that sort of sense of being welcomed as you are. And it's a bit like sort of just finding his place really in life, in where he feels he he belongs in a way that he's maybe not felt for a long time, and yeah, that sense of sort of being at home, you know, he's definitely someone who makes other people feel at home when they arrive in Lajna.